Hi everybody, welcome to an Age of Fantasy Skirmish battle report. Wood Elves versus Ossified Undead. Faewynn is fighting for her life. She was gravely wounded by the Dark Elf Assassin Gryselle in an ambush, and her only chance is to restore her life force in the deepest forest in the center of Teniras. To get there, brave Wood Elves and Treemen will escort the unconscious Sorceress along the dangerous roads while they hope to draw little attention from the Necromancer's patrols. The Necromancer has scattered his patrols to search as much of Teniras as possible for Faewynn, and it's only a matter of time before the escort is noticed. A Death Herald and his forces have blocked a bridge, and Faewynn's protectors must either go around or through the enemy. All along the river, groups of ossified undead have deployed. They will try to intercept the escort and take Faewynn with them. The Wood Elves approach from the north deep in the forest, but they have to follow the road to cross the river. The mission is to get Faewynn safely across the battlefield. This is a VIP escort mission where Faewynn is the objective, and if the Wood Elves control the objective, they can at the beginning of each round move up to 12 inches in any direction. The leader of the Wood Elves is an Eternal Elder. He is armed with Heavy Claw, and he has the special abilities Malice and Strider. With him 2 Eternal Revenants, also Malice and Strider, armed with Spike Blades. And then 3 groups of Treemen. They are furious, they have Strider, and they are armed with 3 Branch Claws. The leader of the Ossified Undead is a Herald of Death. He's armed with a great weapon, and he has the ability War Aspect. Then he has a Bone Master. He is armed with hand weapon. And 3 groups of Guardians. They are all armed with poisonous hand weapons. All the ossified undead are undead, and they are also ossified. That gives them -1 AP for the weapons that attack them. Finally, they are slow, and that is a major disadvantage since they have to hunt down Faewynn. There are 3 ways to cross the river. There is a fallen tree. The most obvious is of course the bridge, and there is also a passage with rocks here. The ossified undead will win if they somehow can prevent Faewynn from reaching the opposite edge of the battlefield and the Wood Elves to escape with her. The Wood Elves will win if they can reach the opposite edge of the battlefield from where they deploy, and they have 4 rounds to do that. So with all that out of the way, let's get to the roll-off. The ossified undead will roll the black dice, and the Wood Elves will roll the blue dice. And that's a win for the undead. Round 1. The first group of Guardians will activate. They can rush only 8 inches because they are slow, so they can't reach the Eternal Revenant here in the forest, but they can approach him. The Revenant will ignore them completely and move through the forest. He will try to reach the river and clear a passage as fast as possible. The second group of Guardians will use the Fallen Tree River passage to cross the river. By doing so, they will effectively block the passage. The Wood Elves will go for the bridge. A group of Treemen will rush towards the bridge, and hopefully that will threaten any of the ossified undead from attacking. The last group of Guardians will move to the left and block the third and final river passage. The group of Treemen close to Faewynn will move through the forest and charge the Guardians. They are not slow, and they have 3 attacks. They will hit with rolls of 5. But they are looking for 6s because they are furious. So there is 1 regular hit, and then there is 1 rending hit that will give an additional hit. A total of 3. The Guardians will defend the rending hit with a 6, and that fails. The others will be defended with force. And We will re-roll that one. So no, all defense rolls fail. 2 of the guardians are immediately killed. The last one will receive a wound and a roll on the wound chart. And that roll is 1. So the final guardian is shaken. An aggressive attack by the Treemen, but the final guardian is still in the way, and he can fight back, but he will hit nothing. Instead, the Bone Master will target the bridge, and he is close enough, even though he's slow, to charge the Treemen. So he'll take on 3 Treemen all by himself. He will hit on rolls of 4 with his hand weapon, and the Treemen have a weak defense of 5, so they will not save the attacks. 2 Treemen will be cut down. The final one can fight back. He will hit with a 5 and no hits. The final Treeman will still be on the bridge, and the Bone Master must move back 1 inch. Another group of Treemen activates. They rush their full length of 12 inches, and they can reach and charge the Guardians. Let's see if they have the same luck as the first group. And they will hit twice. The Guardians must roll 4s to save, and 1 of them is good, 1 is not, so 1 Guardian will be hit. So since they are not shaken and they have not fought before, they can fight back with rolls of 4, and they will hit with both their return strikes. That will challenge the Treemen. They must roll 5s or 6s, but if they roll 6, they have to reroll, because they are attacked with poisonous weapons. And there is 1 roll of 5, and the other one is no good, so 1 Treeman is killed. The Herald of Death activates, and he moves slightly, but he stays back, so he's able to move towards the passage the Wood Elves choose to bring Faewynn. That gives an Eternal Revenant a chance to charge the Bone Master on the bridge. He has 2 attacks with his Spike Blade. He will hit on 4s, and 1 of them is a hit. It's AP nothing. So a 4 is needed to block, and the Bone Master will shake off that attack. And now he can fight back, but he has already fought, so that will be 6s, and he will fail all his attacks. So none of the forces are able to control the bridge. The final activation of the first round is the Eternal Elder. He will rush 12 inches forward and takes position here, close to the bridge, and since they control Faewynn, the objective in this round, they will be able to move her 12 inches, and she will move after the Eternal Elder. He will continue to protect her, and if they can prevent the Ossified Undead from coming near her, they can also move her in the next round. But they need a passage to cross the river, and so far the bridge, the crossing here, and the Fallen Tree passage are all blocked by Ossified Undead. They will have to move them to somehow get over the river. Let's go to round 2. The Ossified Undead will activate first. They finished first in the previous round, and they will begin with a charge. They will cross the river and charge into the Eternal Revenant. Normally they should hit on 4s, but because of the Malice ability of the Revenant, they will only hit on 5s, but they are still able to hit. There are 2 hits. They are poisonous, so the Revenant needs 5s, and hopefully not less or more, but he will roll 2 4s and take 2 hits. That leaves him with a tough roll on the wound chart. And the roll is low enough to stay in the battle. So he's shaken, but he can fight back to see if he can thin out some of the Guardians. He has 2 attacks, and he needs 6s, of course, and there is 1 hit. And that's a rending weapon, so it's a rending hit, of course, and he will take down 1 of the Guardians with his return attack, and they will have to move back here in the middle of the river. There is also a fight at the other end of the battlefield. Here 2 Treemen will try to move the Guardians. They will hit with 1 attack. And the goal, of course, is to clear a passage so the unconscious Faewynn can pass. But the Guardian will block the attack. And now both of them can fight back against the Treemen. And that gives 1 hit. The Treemen have a weak defense. They need 5s to block. And again, if they roll 6, it's a poisonous hit. But that's not the problem here. The attack will not be defended and 1 Treeman is cut down. The Bone Master faces an Eternal Revenant and a Treeman. He attacks the Revenant with 3 attacks, only hits with 1 of them. Again, the Revenant has a weak defense, and it's not enough to save the hit. So he will take 1 wound. Maybe this is the end. No, he will barely make it. Very close. But he's only shaken and will still block the passage on the bridge. He can fight back and will hit with none of his return strikes. Instead, the Treemen here in the forest, their home turf, will try to stop the only remaining Guardian from the group. He is already shaken, and they will attack him with 3 attacks and hit with none of them. That was a golden opportunity to remove him. But the lonely Guardian will stand his ground, and he will even hit with his return attack. This is definitely not going as planned. But, well, the Treemen will save the attack, and none of them will be hurt, but they will move back, and that was a failed mission. Now the Guardian will stop being shaken, and that will be his activation for this round. The Treeman on the bridge will leave it up to the Revenant to fight the Bone Master. Instead, he will join the battle on the left flank. He will charge and fail to hit the Guardians. They have already fought, so they need 6s to hit him back, and they will also hit nothing. No conclusion in this fight. At least not yet. The Guardians have already been attacked twice, but they have not activated themselves, so they will charge the lonely Treeman and need 6s, and they must also be very fatigued at this point of the battle, so of course they will not hit. And the Treeman will also fail. No one is able to get the upper hand in this fight with the fallen tree just in front of them to pass the river. Finally, it's time for the Herald of Death to join the battle, and he chooses the bridge as his target, so he will charge the Eternal Revenant. He has 3 attacks and not 4 as seen here, but before he hits anything, he will have to roll for the war aspect. A result of 5 means that his attacks will get additional +1 AP, but he will hit with none of his attacks. I made a mistake, I rolled for 4 attacks, he only has 3, but that really didn't matter, he hit nothing. That was very lucky. The Revenant can fight back. He has already been attacked by the Bone Master, so he will not hit the Herald of Death. Again, no conclusion to this fight. The forces are locked in combat, with none of them able to get a breakthrough. The Eternal Elder will move to the left side of the battlefield, and he will charge the Guardians. He has 4 attacks. And he will hit on 4s. 2 attacks will hit, and there will be no saves. So 1 Guardian will immediately be shredded by the heavy claws, and the remaining Guardian will take 1 wound. That could also be enough to remove him. He will have to roll on the wound chart. That would really be what the Treemen need to get him out of the way, but with a 1, he will still be around. He is shaken though, but he will still kind of block the way. 2 activations remain. This Eternal Revenant will remove the shaken, and the other one on the bridge will do exactly the same. And that will conclude the second round. The Treemen still control the objective. Faewynn can be moved, and they choose to move her to the left flank of the battlefield. They hope to clear the fallen tree passage across the river, and there are several Treemen and the Eternal Elder to guard her. Let's see if that's a wise choice. Round 3. The Herald of Death must take a choice as the first activation. He could choose to stay on the bridge and attack the Eternal Revenant, but instead he will rush his full length of 8 inches into the forest on that side of the river. And the reason for that is that if Faewynn moves again at the end of this round, someone will have to intercept her. At the opposite end of the river, the Treemen will charge the Guardians. There will be one hit, but it's a furious and rending hit. So there will be one rending and one regular hit. The rending hit is not blocked by the Guardians, one Guardian down, and the regular hit will take a 4, but with only a 2. The final Guardian will take a wound. So a roll on the wound chart will decide that he is shaken, right here in the middle of the river. But the Treemen are forced to move back, and just before that, the Guardian will fail his return attack. Out of the forest comes the final Guardian here that the Treemen failed to eliminate in the last round, so he can barely reach and charge the Eternal Revenant. He will attack with 1 weapon. It takes not 4, but 5 because of the Malice of the Revenant, and that's a reroll, and it's a 6. He will hit with his poisonous weapon. The Revenant is forced to block with a roll of 5, and it's a failed defense roll. The Revenant is already wounded. He has 3 wounds now, and with a 6 on the wound chart, no doubt at all, he's cut down by the Guardian. The Guardian will consolidate and move towards the Treemen. Now this passage seems more or less blocked. These Guardians are extremely hard to eliminate, and this Treeman here will also fail his attack. This time, the shaken Guardian can fight back. That's difficult, no hits at all, but still he's here. Back on the bridge, the Bone Master will activate and try to finish off the final Eternal Revenant. 3 attacks with AP nothing, and he will need 5s to hit. There will be only 1 hit, but that could also be enough. The Revenant has to save with a 5, and he will roll a 1, so that's a wound. And he has a wound already. The roll on the wound chart is a 6. This proud Revenant will also fall, and the Bone Master has cleared the bridge, and he will immediately consolidate and move towards the other side. The Bone Master's passage on the bridge forces the Eternal Elder to an aggressive move. He will cross the bridge himself and charge the Herald of Death. 4 claw attacks that will hit on a 4. 2 hits. They are AP 1, but with Ossified, the Herald of Death will save on 4s, and he will make both of his defense rolls. He will take no damage at all, and he has not fought before, so he can fight back with his full strength to 3 AP2 poisonous attacks. But before that, let's see the War Aspect dice. That's a 4. Again, he will get an additional AP. That really makes no difference with the defense of the Eternal Elder. In the end, he will hit with 1 attack, and the Eternal Elder cannot defend that one, so 1 wound. And he will have to move back 1 inch. The Guardian here will activate and remove the Shaken token. And then this Treeman. He's guarding Faewynn, but he will rush across the river 12 inches to this position. And this Guardian will also remove the Shaken token. And that concludes all activations in the 3rd round. The Treemen will have to move Faewynn 12 inches somewhere, and the tree passage is clear, but that also moves Faewynn into dangerous territory. She will end up here with 1 Treeman guarding her, but the Herald of Death is very close. Let's go into the 4th and final round. The Wood Elves will activate first in the 4th round, and the Eternal Elder will begin. His goal is to eliminate the Herald of Death. Can he do so? He will more or less secure Faewynn and get away with her. But he hits with 3 of his attacks. That could be enough. He's not furious, so he will get no additional attacks, but 3 could be enough. And no, the Herald of Death will block 2 of them. He will not go down, not this time. Instead, the Herald could eliminate the Eternal Elder. He'll take 1 wound, and then he will fight back with his 3 attacks, and this time the war aspect will give him rending. But he will not hit with any of his attacks. The Eternal Elder is unharmed. They have 1 wound each. But immediately after, the Herald of Death will activate, and he can reach with 8 inches a charge on the Treemen guarding Faewynn. He will get 1 additional AP, but he has fought before, so he needs 6s to hit. And luckily for the Treemen, he will not hit. And the Treemen will not fight back. He will save his attack. So he will wait, and there is a reason for that. Because as it is now, the Herald of Death will contest the objective, and Faewynn cannot be moved at the end of the round. The Herald must be removed himself to get Faewynn to safety. So the Treeman saved his attack, because he can charge now, and that will give him Furious. He needs a roll of 6, nothing less will do it. And a 5. I guess that would have been too much to ask. He will hit though, but the Herald will block. And the Herald can also fight back. He has fought, so only 6s will do, and he will not hit the Treeman. But still, Faewynn is contested by both the Treeman and the Herald of Death, and this is the last round, so they will not be able to move her to the opposite edge of the battlefield and complete the objective. Everything seems hopeless. These Treemen fight the best they can, but it's too late. They will hit the Guardian here, and he will not defend. He already has 2 wounds, and he rolls too much on the wound chart, so he is eliminated. And the Treemen can consolidate and finally make it across the river, but just too late. Somehow, this Guardian is still alive, and he can charge the Treemen. And he will hit. The Treeman will not block. He seems demoralized. He'll take 1 wound, and he will make it on the wound chart, barely. Then he can fight back. And since he's shaken, he will hit with a 6, and yeah, no hits. The Treemen only destroyed 1 Ossified Undead unit, and they did not manage to get Faewynn to the opposite side of the battlefield. They are forced back, and while they retreat, they can see the Herald of Death towering above the unconscious Faewynn. He is now able to deliver what the Necromancer desires the most. The final hope of all the living creatures of Teniras, right at his feet. The forces of good must find a way to get Faewynn back, otherwise all hope is lost. Thanks a lot for watching this battle report. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you'll join me for future bat reps.